Did that work? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I tried to go live, but I guess, I don't know, I had to reconnect my internet and try again. So I moved out to the kitchen. So you're in the kitchen. It's not super tidy, so don't look. I think I have things. I was hard boiling eggs, actually. I don't know if you guys have this. It is phenomenal. This is the Dash Rapid Egg Cooker. It is so fabulous, you guys, if you're doing really any kind of healthy eating and you like to incorporate eggs now. And all the research says that eggs really don't have to be limited in terms of, remember how we used to limit eggs? Anybody remember that? Raise your hand. You can't because I can't see you, but you can raise your hand in the chat. Hi, guys. So highly, highly recommend this. I use this frequently to do eggs. You can do, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 eggs at a time. They come out perfectly and they're really easy to peel. And you can do different levels of like hard boiled. So you can do like kind of a softer boil or a hard, I like a hard boiled egg. I don't like anything funky happening in the middle, which is funny because I love an egg yolk. But everybody's raising their hands. You guys are the cutest I've ever seen. Okay, so highly recommend this. All of the Dash products I love. I have this. I also have the little, well, I can show you. Please, I'm in my cleaning outfit, so excuse, because I just washed it. Well, hold on. One moment, please. One moment, please. Oh, this guy. You guys have this, I'm sure. If you don't have this, what are you doing with your life? The little mini waffle maker, fabulous. So fabulous and versatile. And there's so many recipes for this. So, you know, this is so funny because I said, don't buy anything. This is not sponsored. This is just, you guys happen to be in my kitchen. And I was going to talk about not buying anything. I'm not talking about kitchen tools. We all need stuff like that, right? Especially easy stuff. So forgive me for going on a tangent. I have the little ice cream maker. I have not tried it yet. So it's actually in with my appliances. I just haven't gotten it out and tried it yet. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like a little soft serve maker. So we're going to try that. But I really wanted to talk to you guys today. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've actually been cleaning my house today. And listening to some things, but really just trying to be quiet and think. And I want to talk tonight to you guys about low carb and the fact that you don't need to buy anything. And I feel like the diet industry is so fueled with all these things that you have to buy that this is really like a revelation to me. And I hope that this is some clarity too for those of you out there. I think a lot of the weight loss plans are moving to app-based, okay? So I know we like to have our tracking apps, but nowadays you don't even have to buy the highfalutin apps. You can get the basic versions of things like iTrackBites, Lose It, MyFitnessPal. There's a lot of apps that you can track on if you feel like you need to track. But I was thinking about the simplicity of what I'm trying to do and the fact that it's not a gimmicky thing and I don't have to buy anything. So, hey guys. Sue says her hens are laying 10 eggs a day. Girl, you need to make some hard-boiled eggs. So let's talk about page 4. I've had a lot of questions about Dr. Eric Westman's page 4. And it is the most simple. You don't have to buy anything. In fact, you can Google Dr. Eric Westman page 4 and get the list. But you guys, you don't even need this list. I typed his list up from his book, End Your Carb Confusion. And like I said, I don't work for him. I'm not sponsored. He didn't send me his book to read and review, nothing like that. I bought it on my Kindle and love it. But let me just tell you about Dr. Eric Westman's page 4. You can Google that. here on YouTube, and he will walk you through it just like he walks a patient through starting his plan. He has a white coat talk where he talks to patients, and then he also goes to a seminar and tells other clinicians how to talk to patients about page 4 from Duke University. When we say page 4, basically that means that it's the page 4 of the handout that he would give his patients that told them exactly what to eat. And he made sure that everything fit on one page for them. So it wasn't overwhelming. They don't have to go buy any fancy products. So your goal with page 4, just to simplify, if you guys are like, I want to get started, but I want to go buy all these things, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can get a pen and paper. You don't even have to have an app or a tracker. Get a little notepad out. Here, I have one right here. I love this whole notepad. And every time you eat something, open the notepad and jot down how many carbs it has. Your goal is to stay under 20 total carbs in phase 1 of his plan, okay? If you're planning on doing that. And of course, I've told you all a million times, please check with your, primary care. Realize if you have health conditions like diabetes or thyroid or cardiac or anything really, you need to make sure your PCP's on board. Everybody does, okay? So let's talk about what's on page 4. It's super simple. The reason I didn't post page 4 is in a copywritten book, and I do have a YouTube channel that generates about $60 to $100 for me a month, okay, to be perfectly honest. So in my thinking, me publishing page 4, but I make money off YouTube, I just want to be careful there, okay? And also, I don't want to provide medical advice to you guys, but you can Google this yourself. Let's talk about what's on it. It's super simple. So you're going to do your regular cuts of protein in terms of meat, okay? Proteins, all you like until you're comfortably full, but you don't want to be stuffed. This is just like every other plan we've all done a bazillion times, where you want to be satisfied, not stuffed. You want to be comfortably full are the words that he uses. So comfortably full. So you can do beef, pork, any animal proteins, game meats, shellfish, except for oysters and clams. He doesn't want you doing those. And I don't know that I read why. I probably need to go back and find out why so I could tell you guys. Eggs with the yolks, so think proteins. You don't have to get lean, non-fat proteins. When you eat your proteins, you want to leave the skin on, okay? It's okay to have that little, fattier cut of meat. I know that's very antithesis of a lot of our struggles over the years, but this is his plan, okay? Because what you're going to do, this is called the adapt your life. You're going to become fat adapted, which means instead of burning carbs, you're burning the fats and utilizing the proteins, okay? Now, what this does, you'll eat less calories because you are naturally less hungry. That's really what it does for you, okay? And they've done studies that, when people have used this over a couple of years, they've seen a huge improvement in health issues and health problems. You guys can go research those studies. So that's what I've liked about it. Now, he's been doing this for 15 years in his own practice, and there's a lot of research on this, so you guys can go do your own research. I'm not going to sit here and read off research to you guys and make a case for it, because I've already read all the stuff and I feel comfortable going this direction under medical supervision. I'm going to tell you all this. I like to be very transparent with you all as my friends, and because I know we're all in this battle together. I don't necessarily want to do it this way. I want to be able to eat 4 Fiber One brownies a day. And in fact, let me see if I have, I want to show you something, because I think it's important to understand your friend Amy when we talk about this. Okay? Sam's Club. What's in the this and that canister? Let's look, Amy. Let's be transparent here. Okay. I have a problem. I have a problem. Now, the boys like these, so I can justify having them in the this or that canister and not touching them. But it's an issue for me. So I kept asking myself, why am I stalling out? Why am I always hungry? Why do I never feel satisfied? I tried to increase my protein, increase my fiber, but what's really getting me is my appetite level and the fact that I like to eat this kind of stuff, okay? And I'm not cracking on any of you guys. I'm just talking about my own personal, this is my own personal thing. So these are not on page 4. Dang it, they're not on page 4. And I need some healing. That's a big motivator right now. I've got some things going on. I've got some chronic pain now. This is all new since I started my YouTube channel. So I had a back injury. I'm starting to have hip pain. I've noticed my arms have been getting bigger. Okay, this was not here. So I'm seeing like, even though I may weigh the same thing, I'm seeing some of my muscle definition turn to adipose, which is fat. I need healing. And I've been really diligent over the last few months, and I've read a lot of things, and I've tried some different things and some different, golly, the calorie thing, I've gone all over the place with that. And so that's why we're at this place now. And I really want to thank you all for respecting, being respectful in the comments, because this is my life and this is my choice to do this. So proteins, you guys got that? Proteins, okay? Then your salad vegetables, you're gonna have up to 2 cups a day of your salad vegetables. And that's all of your green vegetables. So you wanna kind of stick with your green vegetables. And he puts things like spinach. Radishes are not green, but radishes are on here. Kale, lettuce, endive, sweet chard. I'm probably saying those wrong. Cabbage, bok choy, arugula, all your watercress sandwiches you can have, but not on the bread. You got to eat them on a chicken breast, I guess. I don't know. Okay, and then your non-starchy vegetables, you're going to have a cup per day. Why are we doing limited? Because they have carbohydrates. Okay, and so for phase 1, we're working towards this fat adaptation. All righty. And apparently there's 4 phases. I'm just concentrating on phase 1 right now. Cheese, you can have up to 4 ounces per day. And he limits all of this stuff that if you watch a lot of like keto channels, okay, you're going to see that a lot of these things are not limited in the way that he limits this. So you have a limit on cheese up to 4 ounces per day. And he describes cheese. So basically, when you buy cheese, you need to make sure there's no carbs in it. And you guys are like, what are you talking about? Look at your packages and you will see, especially the shredded cheeses, they add like substances to keep them from sticking that add carbohydrates. So it's better for you to buy the cheese and shred it yourself. So you want to look on your packages and remember to write down, where'd my little notepad go? Oh, it's on the floor. Imagine that, Amy. Okay, so you want to make sure you write your carbs down or track them if you're looking at macros. I'm still looking at macros and calories and Lose It. Somebody asked me that. Yes, I'm using Lose It because it's giving me data. I like data. So yes, I'm still using Lose It for right now. Added fats and oils. So you can have up to 2 tablespoons max per day. And those are going to be your calories like mayonnaise, butter, heavy cream, sour cream, oil-based salad dressings. And you want to look at the carbs on those because you get 20. When you start doing this, you realize that's a good amount for the day to have 20 total carbs. But you know what it's going to do? It's going to nix all of this processed stuff that you have to buy. All the keto snacks, all of the keto bars, all of the, whatever stuff you add to your coffee, all of this stuff. And then making these desserts that are basically the fake version of this, that's keto friendly. And then overeating those, you won't be able to do that because it won't fit into your carb count. Because you'll see Like, oh, it has a total carb of 18, but a net carb of 4. Well, guess what? You're on total carbs if you're doing page 4. And do you really want to spend 18 carbs in the day on, a little brownie thing? You may want to. It's up to you. Cindy says, I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I have arthritis in my feet and already the pain and swelling is less. And so if you do some research on this, you will find that a lot of people have relief from joint pain, arthritic pain, and that sort of thing. And I'm really hoping that it's going to help with my hip pain and my back pain, all of that good stuff. Okay, so those are your added fats. You're going to do a limited quantity of foods. Now, this is very interesting to me because when you think low carb or you're watching keto people, there's a lot of avocado and that sort of thing. So Dr. Eric says you can have an avocado, but you can have half of an avocado per day max. So you can't eat a bucket of guacamole. Why? Well, because it has carbs and it has a lot of calories. So you got to be careful with that. Other things that he limits, soy sauce. Now, I like the coconut aminos, so I use those instead of soy sauce. Lemon or lime juice, you can still have that, but you get 2 tablespoons a day. You can have a couple servings of pickles, and you can have up to 6 olives a day. So remember to look at your labels. I put some pickles in my egg salad that I made today, and a tablespoon was a carb of my dill pickle relish. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense as to why he's limiting those things. Some other things that he talks about is condiments. You've got to read your condiments. I have a mustard in there that's 0 carbs. I have another mustard that's 3 carbs per tablespoon. Never looked at that before. Just thought mustard was mustard. Mustard is 0 on all plants. That's what's going on in my head. Vinegar, you want to go easy on balsamic vinegar because it has sugar and you want to look at your label. So hot sauces, salsa, low carb salad dressings, be careful of the fat in those. Herbs and spices you can do as long as you just are cognizant of your 20 limit. You can have 0 carb snacks, unlimited within reason. So things like pork rinds, sugar-free Jell-O, little pepperonis, hard-boiled eggs, 0 sugar beef jerky, but you're not going to eat those unless you're hungry. And that's what I'm finding is that the times that I like to munch at night, I'm not hungry. I shouldn't be sitting in front of the TV munching. Okay. And really learning to listen to your body because you will totally notice a reduction in your hunger level, a natural reduction when you're utilizing page 4. It's pretty cool. For those of us that have to work on that, it's a very eye-opening situation. And this week's been very eye-opening for me. So you're not going to do nuts or seeds. Nuts can be very high carb, high calorie, high fat. You guys know that. And they have a high abuse potential. So in phase 1, you're not going to be doing nuts. You're not going to be doing fruit in phase 1. And then you can have beverages, and he's fine with things like coffee, tea, sugar-free or unsweetened flavored drinks. He's okay with diet soda, even though the stuff I'm reading says that like Diet Coke can spike your insulin. So that's concerning. But anyway, that gives you sort of an overview. Now, of course, his list is more comprehensive, but you can find his list here on YouTube or on Google. There's lots of YouTubers doing this. His approach is very chill. Okay. There's not a lot of tweaking or being crazy. On this plan, he says at first you may have that drop that you have whenever you change your way of eating. And then from that point on, it's 1 to 2 pounds, just like everything else. But you're going to have decreased appetite because of the way that you're eating. And it is an adjustment, and it's not for everyone. Okay. The studies out there say many different plans work for many different types of people. So what kind of person are you? What does your lifestyle look like? How do you react to certain foods? We're all chemically very different creatures. We're all unique and unrepeatable creatures. what works for your lifestyle? This may not work for your lifestyle. And I think that, I have a lot of friends out there that when I talk about this get very resistant, and that's totally okay. What that says to me is this does not work for you. Maybe you've tried it or you've read some things, you don't like this idea or approach. Just like right now, there are a lot of different plans out there that are not for me, and I'm moving on from them. So I wanted to come on here and say, you don't have to go buy a lot of stuff for this. You have to buy your normal groceries. You're just normal groceries. You want to try to buy things that are the best quality that you can afford. So he's not all about going organic or free range or stuff. But if you can, then do it. It will benefit you. If you have chickens out in the yard and they're laying eggs, God bless you. I'm so jealous right now. And those are the best eggs ever. So use those eggs. If you can get a higher quality of meat, get a higher quality of meat. If you can get organic vegetables, go for it. All right. But the point is to do the best that you can with those things. And you don't have to go buy all of these supplements and crazy things. So I just wanted to come on here and encourage you all, because so many things are being thrown at us in terms of sales here on YouTube. Buy this, try this, do this. And the marketing peeps out there, they see keto as a way to market processed food. So there's a lot of processed keto foods out there, and they'll slap keto on it, market the crap out of it, give you a coupon code. They're expensive. Do they really benefit you? And sometimes in a pinch, yes, you may need to pick up something like that. I have a friend this morning that was saying she bought some Atkins bars. So on the go, or if she's really craving a Snickers, that was a better option for her. I'm not demonizing that. I'm just saying you don't have to do that. Feel empowered that you don't have to buy those things. So Lori says, this is very interesting. I need to shake things up, so I'm going to do some research. Yeah, for sure. Look up Dr. Eric Westman on YouTube. I think starting there and just seeing the way he presents the information, the fact that he's not trying to sell you a potion and a pill is really encouraging, I think. Clara, this is called Dr. Eric Westman. His book is End Your Carb Confusion. He has a plan called Adapt Your Life. You can look his name up on YouTube. You can Google him. I'm doing the phase 1 food list from his book, End Your Carb Confusion. And I'm transitioning off of what I was doing for the last month. I lost about 4.5 to 5 pounds on what I was doing for this month. And I'm tired of the processed. I just can't do another packet of anything at this point. And everything I have left now are things that I don't love, like the oatmeal and that kind of thing. So this week we've been transitioning, and I can tell you I'm already feeling a difference in energy, in hip pain. My skin is definitely, I'm seeing a difference there. I started slowly by incorporating some healthy oils into my evening meal and bumping up my proteins and my veggies on my evening meal. And I'm just kind of working in that order. But as of today, we're not doing packets. We're on this, and it feels actually really great. It feels great to have a list that I can just pick off of. You guys know, like with the 0 Point Food List, it's like one of those things, eat to satiety. But what I like about this is it's not spiking that snacky appetite Amy. She exists, okay? And she loves a snack. So she'll eat 0 Point foods all day and save all her points for snacks in the evening. And we know what has happened with that. So that's why we're moving on. You're welcome, Clara. Let's see. Tube Scholar says, this is a tough plan, but it really is. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a tough plan, but it is really what works for pain coming from inflammation of any kind. Wow. Focusing on the why is very helpful when dealing with the strict nature of this plan. Wow. Thank you very much, Tube Scholar. I don't think that we've spoken before. Nice to meet you. Thanks for adding. I know that I'm hearing from lots of different people that I know in person, and then people I've experienced on YouTube, that the inflammation and pain is going away. And that's one of my main concerns right now, along with my liver. The liver is an issue. Sue says lots of sugar in that canister. Sue, you have no idea. Myrna says I could eat several of those brownies in one sitting. High abuse potential. Yes, for sure. Let me see. Amy Wilson. Hi, Amy Wilson. She sent me some flowers. Good to see you. Let's see if there's any other questions in here. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just getting used to this, and I wanted to share with you guys. Relentless Pursuit of Shade says that my YouTube was screwed up, but it's working now. Yeah, sorry about that. Lori, thank you. Lori says I look radiant. I've been working hard in the house all day. I'm in my, you guys have an old busted t-shirt that you clean in. That's what I'm in right now. Let's see. Alice Rainy Day says, or Elise says, hi, Amy. I'm donating the Wonder Slim I bought. I didn't feel good and they tasted too good, which worries me. Interesting. Once I replace food with bars, the scale stops. Good luck with the low carb. Very interesting. Yeah. So we've all had different experiences, and I liked the Wonder Slim. I just think long term, I think it was a good way to jumpstart me again. Honestly, it really did help with my cravings and my appetite and that sort of thing. And it gave me sort of a rest from everything else so I could think about what my next steps were. So I don't have a problem with Wonder Slim. I don't think it's a long-term solution for sure. And you guys know that. I mean, that doesn't take a PhD for sure. Cindy says, watch chili powder. Okay, there must be carbs in chili powder. Thank you so much. Sandy says she looks this up. She's not sure how long I can sustain that low of a carb rate. I have tried, but his info is a little different. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, this is not obviously not for everyone. And you guys know I support you in doing what's healthy for you. We all have to kind of find that thing that really works for us. If there was one way to do it, we all would have done it and we would all be at our goal weights. That's just the reality. Okay. Doesn't work like that. Just doesn't work like that for whatever reason. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I need to get going here. Got other things to do this evening, including church. So I just wanted to share with you, put the credit card away, put Amazon away for a little bit, put the app store away, and just think about, what are some things that I can do that are just around the kitchen in terms of whole foods I can eat. Do I need an app, or can I just jot down what I'm eating? Dr. Westman has his patients bring in diet logs of what they're eating so he can review them. So it is helpful. And there is research out there that logging what you eat helps. So, and what kind of support do you need also? I think I was going to tell you guys. I think I told you all my Weight Watchers studio closed. And then I found out today that my favorite leader was waiting to be renewed as a leader. And also with that, I guess the ambassador program ended. And so some of the really inspiring people that I followed that were WW ambassadors are no longer ambassadors. So I feel like WW is going to an app-based plan, like a lot of the other plans, which is interesting. So where do you need to get support? Do you need to get your primary care doctor on board? Do you need some counseling? Do you need an RD? Do you need to go to Dr. Westman's clinic in Florida? I think he has a 6-month waiting list or something like that. Do you need to find a support group in the area? There's things like TOPS or Overeaters Anonymous. Do you need more online support? Do you need to join a Facebook group and reach out to others? So I think those are all things for us to contemplate a little bit. And you guys are an awesome support for me. So thank you very much. If you have a question, drop it down below. Again, thank you very much for the respectful feedback. I'm always open to your feedback. Keep it respectful. And I do really appreciate that. And I'm respectful of where you guys are at in your own decision-making in your own lives. So I will see you later. More on this, as I poke myself in the eye, more on this coming up as I can do that. and weigh in on Wednesday. So talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye.